Our next guest was vocal in his opposition to Sohn. Joining us is Texas Senator Ted Cruz. He is a ranking member of the Commerce Committee and also a member of the Foreign Relations and Joint Economic Committees. And I don't know what your motivation was. I wasn't quite as familiar with Ms. Sohn. And now that we're talking about it, Senator. I mean, the former president ruffled a lot of the feathers with a lot of his tweets, but no one said he couldn't be president. But well, actually, some people did say that, probably. I'm surprised, though, that the left is surprised that maybe some of these tweets might have raised an eyebrow. Here's one. She called Trump a raggedy, white supremacist president who would rather kill everybody than stop killing black people. So she was going to have a pretty important post. Were there other Twitter? What was it that you had a problem with? Was it about just net neutrality?
Well, listen, I think her record for the past 30 years has been as a hard left partisan activist. That's who she is. That's the record she had built up. So she had lots of tweets, lots of public statements. She had supported left-wing groups that astonishingly had attacked about half the senators on the Commerce Committee, including not just Republicans, about half the Democrats. She had funded attacks on them from the left. This is someone who is a partisan activist. This is someone who had described, for example, Fox News as a threat to democracy. This is someone who had advocated using government power to deny licenses to stations with which she disagreed, to silence voices she disagreed with. And I think that is profoundly dangerous. That there's a role in life for partisan advocates on both sides. But for the independent agency that is charged with regulating broadcasters and the internet and communications, putting a hardcore partisan advocate on there who can silence and censor anyone she disagrees with, I think that's profoundly dangerous. It was a mistake that the president nominated her. I don't know why he stuck with this nomination for 16 months. It was clear she didn't have the votes to be confirmed. And I think this is a good week for free speech because the president and the White House acknowledged reality, which is that she was not going to be confirmed, and the FCC is not a place to put a hardcore partisan.
Senator Manchin finally, I guess, sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, but it certainly did take a long time. I wonder, and now a lot of Democrats she's angry at Democrats, I guess, for not being more vociferous in their support for her, right?
Well, that's right. She put out a long statement basically blasting everyone.
Lobbyists, money, dark money, and actually she said it's the real losers are the country because she can't be in that position, was her take on the whole thing.
Well, yeah, look, and I understand someone who's a partisan activist on either side. They believe what they believe, and that's fine. We have a democracy that's built on debate and free speech and discussion, and it's perfectly fine for her to advocate for her view. It's a different thing when she uses that view she's put in a place where she has the power to silence anyone that doesn't agree with her view. And I think that's very dangerous. As you know, I'm deeply concerned about censorship across the board. I'm deeply concerned about big tech censorship and the silencing of views with which they disagree. It's why I believe the single most important development in the last decade for free speech was Elon Musk's buying Twitter, that it changed the game fundamentally, that the big tech oligarchs did not count on someone coming and spending $44 billion and then going open kimono, releasing the internal communications.